my name is Ranger Kelsey with Clay Frisco's Natural Resources Division, and I'd like to welcome you to episode 4 of our virtual program, Nature in Your Neighborhood. Today's episode, Observing the Outdoors, is all about nature journaling. To join in on the fun, make sure you download this episode's Explorer Guide found here. Today, we're exploring one of my favorite natural areas, Beavers Bend Park, but you can go nature journaling anywhere, even in your own neighborhood. Humans have an innate desire to capture our thoughts, feelings, and activities. We do this every day by texting our loved ones, posting to Instagram, and writing in our day planners. While it may be second nature to record what is directly impacting our lives, studies have shown that recording and observing the natural world can have a positive impact on our mental health. There is no better place to begin nature journaling than your own backyard. What plants do you see? Are there birds? Insects? How are things interacting? Viewing your yard as an area shared with wildlife can provide you with a stronger sense of place and can help you become more alert to nature's patterns and cycles over time. It may be tempting to buy everything on the art supply aisle, but that's a good way to get in over your head before you even get started. I recommend starting with Ranger Kelsey's patented 4 Ps of nature journaling.
Pencils. This can be colored pencils, graphite, or even a simple number 2. Paper. A dedicated journal is often preferred, but loose leaf or even paper pulled from your recycling bin will work. A place outside. Your backyard, local park, or schoolyard are great options. And piqued curiosity. Find what intrigues you and investigate it. Can you believe that's all you need? I bet you already have these supplies at home.
Before you begin any journaling activities, it is important to capture the context of your surroundings. On your page, make sure you include the location, date, time, and weather. If you're journaling somewhere new, you might also consider sketching a basic map of the area. Beginners often find themselves aimlessly looking for something interesting and exciting to discover. But by doing so, they're often overlooking something interesting and exciting right in front of them. To avoid this pitfall, I recommend journaling with prompts. Let's do 3 journaling prompts together that you can find in this episode's Explorer Guide.
The first journaling prompt that we'll do together is called I Notice, I Wonder, It Reminds Me Of. And for this journaling prompt, you'll need to find an object that's interesting to you. This could be anything, a stick, a leaf, a feather. It doesn't matter, just pick something. I picked this leaf to work on today. So let's begin. The first thing that you want to do is make observations. So in your journal, write the phrase, I notice, and begin listing things you noticed or observe about your object. For example, I notice that my leaf is brown. I notice that my leaf has holes. I notice that my leaf has dark spots all over it. You want to avoid making opinion statements. So if I said, my leaf feels yucky, that would be an opinion and not an observation, so we want to leave that out. Next, we want to begin asking questions about our object. So in your journal, write, I wonder, and begin listing questions you might have. For example, I wonder which plant this came from. I wonder when it fell. I wonder what color it might have been before turning brown. Next, we want to begin making connections. So in your journal, write, it reminds me of, and begin listing things that come to mind when you look at your object. For example, my object, it reminds me of a heart. it reminds me of crinkling leaves under my feet on a hike. This is a really great exercise, a great journaling prompt for warming up when you're getting started with nature journaling. And it's a nice one to do every so often when you're exploring, because it makes you take a second look at things that you might otherwise just simply pass by.
Our next journaling prompt is called Zoom In, Zoom Out. And this journaling prompt is going to help us look at a single object from a bunch of different perspectives. So for this prompt, you'll want to pick something interesting, just like our last one. And I am going to pick this particular clump of berries on this bush. Now the first thing you want to do is either in the middle of your page, or if you're following along in our Explorer Guide on this top section under Actual Size, is you want to take some time to sketch your object in its actual size. So let's go ahead and do that now. As you can see, the goal is not to make a pretty picture. The goal is to make observations and to record your observations as accurately as you can. Now that we have recorded our object in actual size, we want to zoom in on a particular part of our object and look at it up close. Once we've done that, we want to do another sketch in the zoomed in section of that close-up perspective of our object. So for me, I'm going to zoom in on a single berry and draw that in the zoomed in section. Here you can see the zoomed in sketch of one of my berries from the side. This was interesting because without zooming in, I wouldn't have noticed all of the cool wrinkles and crevices that are in this berry. The final step of this journaling prompt is to zoom out of your object. Everything is connected, so it's important to place your object into the context of what's going on around it. So when I look at my cluster of berries, I can see that it is connected to a lot of other clusters of berries on this bush. And so I want to make sure to capture that on my page so that whenever I look at this later on, I can remember what setting my object was in. Here is the zoomed out sketch that I did of my berry bush. As you can see, I tried to place all of the berry bushes around it. I also added in the leaf litter so that I could remember that this happened when all the leaves were on the ground. And so as you can see on my page, I now have the actual size, the zoomed in, and the zoomed out. 3 different perspectives of the same object. So this concludes this journaling prompt, and I hope that you'll give it a try. It's a really fun one, and it's a really great way to get out of your head and to see things from a different angle. The final journaling prompt we're going to discuss today is the use of phenology wheels. Phenology is the study of cycles and seasonal changes in nature, and you can use a phenology wheel to track any changes that you observe in the natural world. In the Explorer Guide, I have included 3 different types of phenology wheels. The first type, like this one, is a weather phenology wheel, which is designed to record daily weather patterns. The next one is a seasonal phenology wheel, which is designed to capture the seasonal occurrences that happen throughout the year. And the last one is a plant phenology wheel, which is designed to capture changes undergone by a single plant throughout the year. Can you think of any other cycles that could be recorded using a phenology wheel? You can use the ones that I've provided for you in the Explorer Guide, or you can draw your own in your nature journal and track any changes that you see. We hope this episode has encouraged you to begin nature journaling. Until next time, I'm Ranger Kelsey with Play Frisco's Natural Resources Division, and I hope you'll take some time this week to play naturally. Bye!